The first thing Meehan noticed, the guy wasn't his lawyer. His court-appointed lawyer was a frizzy-haired, skinny Jewish woman, maybe 40, dressed in that hairy crap they do. Might as well be a chudder. Big golden hoop earrings for that feminine touch. And the second thing he noticed, the guy wasn't a lawyer at all. But this was the place where the felons met up with their mouthpieces, down here on 4, a honeycomb of cubicles of leaded glass embedded with chicken wire, all the doors and door frames black metal, desks and chairs black metal, everything metallic and tight. Everything you touched made a sound like the guillotine. Nice place. "Come on in, Meehan," said his non-lawyer, gesturing from where he sprawled at the small metal table in the small glass room. A tan manila folder in front of him on the table provided a wan touch of color. The guard stood behind Meehan. There was nowhere else he planned to go, so he shrugged and went to sit in the metal chair opposite the ringer, not bothering to read the tab on the folder, while the guard shut the door and went away, to give them as much privacy as you could ever get in a place like this, which is none. The ringer said, "How you doing, Meehan?" Meehan lifted his right hand. First, he did a come-to-me beckoning gesture, first finger, right hand. Then, he did a writing on a pad gesture. Then he put that hand palm down on the cool metal surface of the table. The ringer was quick. At least there was that much. He reached into his gray-green checked sports jacket and came out with a small lined notepad and a retractable pen. He put both on the table near Meehan's hand, and Meehan opened the pad, passed several pages of tiny, unreadable black ink notes, found a blank page, and wrote on it, "You're not a lawyer." Then he turned the pad so the guy could read it. Which he did, scanned it quickly, nodded, shrugged, and said, "Ms. Goldfarb was reassigned to—" Meehan held up his hand. When the guy stopped, Meehan slid the pad back, underlined the A, faced it around to the guy again. "You're not a lawyer." This time, the guy actually studied what Meehan had written, then gave him a look that was curious. Nothing more. He said, "Why do you say that?" Meehan shook his head. He wasn't going to get along with this guy. "I didn't say it," he pointed out. "I wrote it." "All right," the guy said. "Why did you write it?" "Because you don't say things in here." That was another of the 10,000 rules. "Well, you've started," the guy said. "So go ahead. Why do you believe I'm not a lawyer?" Meehan thought it over and decided, what the hell. He said, "There's two kinds of... what do I call you?" The guy seemed surprised. He said, "Jeffords." "Okay, Mr. Jeffords. There's two kinds of lawyers come in here, boy lawyers and girl lawyers. The boy lawyers know they're representing scum and they want to be thought of as something better than that, so they dress over the top, like a really successful Moscow pimp. $2,000 suits, $4,000 watches, gold rings, Italian shoes the Pope couldn't afford. They don't get haircuts, they get coiffed, and they want you to know it." This was another monograph he'd done in his head. Continuing from it, he said, "A girl lawyer's got a different situation. They can't come on like sexual beings, not in a place like this, so they go for the dykes on a camping trip look. Your baggy wool slacks, bulky Irish knit sweaters, Beatles haircut. None of them, boys or girls, dress like you, like you're going to a neighbor's barbecue. And none of them sprawl like you're doing. They all sit up straight, because they're at work. The guy on this side of the table slouches. The guy over there sits up. Nobody sprawls. Also, and not least, there's your briefcase." "I don't have a briefcase," Jeffords said. "That's the point. The lawyers have briefcases," Meehan told him. "Old, battered, scuffed, packed full of paper. They're coming in for 30 seconds, tell you the delay was denied, we're going to trial Thursday, they're out of here. They still carry that briefcase.